Good morning, everyone. It's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow, especially when we're faced with a long list of tasks or an overwhelming project. However, leaving work for tomorrow is a habit that can hold us back and keep us from reaching our fullest potential. Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of managing our time effectively and why procrastination is more detrimental than it seems. Procrastination is something that almost everyone has experienced at some point in their lives. It seems harmless at first, a little delay here and there, but it quickly grows into a pattern that can be difficult to break. Initially, putting things off may seem like a relief. It gives us a temporary sense of comfort or escape from a task we don't want to do. But over time, procrastination becomes a trap that can negatively impact our productivity, mental well-being, and overall success. When we procrastinate, we often underestimate the weight of the task at hand. A simple task today might seem manageable, but by delaying it, it accumulates and becomes more daunting. As time goes by, the task doesn't become any easier. Instead, it grows in importance and the pressure to complete it increases. What was once a small hurdle can quickly snowball into a major obstacle, creating unnecessary anxiety. This cycle of procrastination can also harm our self-esteem. Every time we push something off for tomorrow, we reinforce the idea that we lack control over our own actions. This constant delay erodes our sense of accomplishment as we become more familiar with the feeling of being behind. The longer we wait, the more overwhelmed we become, and the less confident we feel about tackling the task at all. As procrastination continues, it not only increases the stress of the task itself, but also affects other areas of life. When we put off one responsibility, we end up with more things piling up on our plate. This creates a cascading effect where one task becomes intertwined with others, making it even harder to get back on track. What started as a simple delay now leads to more work and more pressure. Another problem with procrastination is that it diminishes the quality of our work. The longer we wait, the more rushed we become. And when we're rushed, we often fail to give our best effort. Instead of taking the time to think things through, we're forced to complete tasks at the last minute, cutting corners and making mistakes. In turn, this reduces the satisfaction we get from our work, as well as the outcomes it produces. Moreover, procrastination can become a vicious cycle. Once we delay one task, we often begin to delay others. This habit doesn't just affect one area of our life, but spreads to different aspects, leading to a general decline in productivity. As we fall further behind, we begin to feel more and more like we're chasing a never-ending to-do list. The longer we put things off, the more difficult it becomes to break free from this cycle of inaction. We also lose control over our time when we procrastinate. Time, once wasted, can never be reclaimed. Each minute that we delay adds to a growing sense of urgency. As deadlines approach, we may find ourselves scrambling to finish everything in a rush, and even if we do complete the task, it might not be up to our usual standard. Delaying work is like giving away the most precious resource we have, time, without realizing its true cost. Lastly, procrastination prevents us from moving forward. The longer we put off doing something, the less likely we are to start. We begin to feel more resistance to tackling the task, even if it's something we truly want to accomplish. The idea of starting becomes so overwhelming that it keeps us stuck in a state of inaction. Procrastination locks us in place, preventing us from growing, learning, or achieving what we are capable of. Seizing the moment is about making the most of the time and opportunities we have today. It means recognizing that today is the only time we truly have control over, and not waiting for an ideal moment that may never come. When we take action now, we create momentum that propels us forward, making tasks easier to tackle and enabling us to achieve more in a shorter amount of time. Waiting for tomorrow only delays our progress, while acting today accelerates it. By acting on tasks immediately, we break the cycle of procrastination and step into a proactive mindset. Procrastination often stems from fear, uncertainty, or avoidance, but when we decide to act right away, we shift our focus from avoidance to problem solving. The more we embrace the present moment, the more we build the confidence and clarity needed to take decisive action. Every small action taken today leads to bigger accomplishments and sets us up for future success. When we seize the moment, we also build a habit of discipline. Discipline is developed by consistently taking action rather than waiting for motivation to strike. Motivation can be fleeting, but discipline is built through repeated actions. Whether the task is big or small, starting today helps us strengthen our ability to follow through, not just in work, but in all areas of life. The more disciplined we are in tackling tasks now, the more our productivity improves and the less we feel the burden of unfinished business. Taking action today also leads to a sense of accomplishment. When we make progress, no matter how small, we feel a sense of pride in our work. This builds positive reinforcement, motivating us to continue taking action. The more tasks we complete now, the more we build a positive cycle where our momentum feeds our success. In contrast, leaving work for tomorrow only results in the dissatisfaction of unfulfilled goals and missed opportunities. Seizing the moment also improves our time management skills. When we focus on completing tasks in the present, we prevent ourselves from being overwhelmed by a growing list of unfinished work. By breaking down big tasks into smaller, manageable steps and starting them now, we avoid the chaotic rush of trying to meet a deadline at the last minute. The earlier we start, the more we can pace ourselves, ensuring that each task is completed with attention to detail and care. Taking immediate action allows us to stay flexible and responsive to unexpected changes. Life is unpredictable, and by starting tasks right away, we give ourselves room to adjust to unforeseen circumstances. Waiting until tomorrow means we're more likely to find ourselves scrambling to finish work, while taking action today enables us to remain in control. We can make adjustments as needed and have the time to improve or refine our work if necessary. When we seize the moment, we also free up mental space. The longer we delay tasks, the more our minds are occupied by them, creating stress and anxiety. The simple act of starting helps clear that mental clutter and allows us to focus on what matters. By taking care of things now, we prevent unnecessary mental overload and open ourselves up to creativity and problem solving. Finally, acting today helps us avoid the regret that often comes with procrastination. When we delay important tasks, we are left with feelings of guilt or frustration when we finally face the consequences of our inaction. On the other hand, when we seize the moment, we feel empowered by the work we've done. We can look back at the end of the day and know that we made the most of our time, which builds a sense of satisfaction and contentment that procrastination simply can't provide. Time is the one resource that we cannot get back. Once a moment has passed, it's gone forever. Because of this, it's essential to recognize just how valuable our time truly is. Every day we delay tasks or put things off until tomorrow, we are wasting time that could be used to move forward in our lives. When we fail to appreciate the importance of time, we risk falling into a pattern of unnecessary delays that add up and detract from our overall goals and aspirations. The concept of time being precious goes beyond just the work we do. It's about how we spend every minute of our day. Time isn't only about checking things off a to-do list. It's about living a purposeful life. Every hour that passes is an opportunity to grow, learn, and create something meaningful. By putting off work or waiting for the right time, we're not only losing the chance to accomplish tasks, but also missing out on living fully in the present. When we understand the value of time, we also realize that time lost can never be regained. We can always make more money, buy more things, or find new opportunities, but time doesn't have a price tag. This understanding should motivate us to act now rather than wait for a tomorrow that might never come. It's easy to assume that we have all the time in the world, but the truth is that time passes quickly, and once it's gone, we can't go back and reclaim it. In the world we live in, time is constantly moving forward, regardless of how we choose to use it. Every second that we waste is a second that someone else could be using more efficiently. People who recognize the preciousness of time make every moment count, using it to advance their goals and dreams. Those who delay or procrastinate may find themselves falling behind as others take full advantage of their time. The competition, whether in business or personal growth, thrives on those who act today rather than wait for tomorrow. Time is also crucial when it comes to building momentum. The more we delay, the less we accomplish, and the harder it becomes to keep moving forward. When we take action now, we build a sense of forward progress that inspires us to keep going. The longer we wait, the harder it becomes to build that momentum. Time doesn't wait for us to catch up, so the sooner we start, the quicker we begin to build the momentum that propels us towards success. When we waste time, we also waste opportunities. Every day presents a new set of chances to improve, connect, and achieve. By delaying work or putting off tasks, we might miss out on key opportunities that could have a significant impact on our future. Whether it's a career advancement, a creative breakthrough, or a personal milestone, those opportunities often come and go quickly. Those who recognize the value of time take full advantage of these moments as soon as they arise, ensuring they don't slip away. Another crucial aspect of time being precious is that it affects our mental well-being. The more time we waste, the more we stress about what we haven't done. That constant feeling of being behind or falling short of our expectations can weigh heavily on us, creating anxiety and self-doubt. On the other hand, when we manage our time wisely, we feel a sense of accomplishment and control over our lives. We are able to appreciate the present moment, knowing that we are making the most of every opportunity. Lastly, time is not just a personal resource, but a shared one. How we spend our time affects not only us, but those around us. Whether it's our work colleagues, family, or friends, our time impacts the people we care about. When we delay work or put things off, it can affect the people who depend on us or who are part of our team. Being mindful of how we use our time shows respect for others and their needs, ensuring we contribute to our relationships and commitments in a meaningful way. Regret is a powerful emotion that often comes from knowing we could have done something differently, but chose not to. It's easy to ignore tasks today, telling ourselves we'll do them tomorrow. However, tomorrow always comes with new tasks, distractions, and challenges. As time passes, the tasks we delay only grow bigger, and the pressure to complete them increases. The more we push things off, the more likely we are to regret not starting sooner. Regret comes not just from the unfinished work, but from the wasted time we could have used more productively. When we delay tasks, we set ourselves up for stress and anxiety when the deadline approaches. If we consistently push things to tomorrow, we'll find ourselves scrambling to complete tasks at the last minute, rushing through them and often producing subpar results. The regret in these moments is palpable. We know we could have done better if we had taken action earlier. The quality of our work diminishes, and we're left with the nagging feeling that we didn't do our best because we didn't use our time wisely. Regret isn't just a fleeting feeling. It can have lasting consequences. When we procrastinate and delay tasks, we risk missing important opportunities. Whether it's an opportunity for career advancement, personal growth, or even a simple chance to spend quality time with loved ones, waiting for tomorrow means that we may not be able to seize these moments when they present themselves. The regret of lost opportunities can stay with us much longer than the temporary discomfort of doing something we didn't want to do today. Furthermore, the longer we delay a task, the more difficult it becomes to accomplish. Procrastination often leads to avoidance, where the idea of starting becomes more overwhelming than actually doing the work. The longer we put something off, the more negative emotions like guilt, frustration, and shame build up. These feelings only reinforce the cycle of procrastination, making it even harder to start. Eventually, we're faced with the regret of how much time we wasted and how much further behind we are. Regret can also come from not fulfilling commitments we've made to others. If we promise someone we'll complete a task and continuously delay it, not only do we risk damaging our reputation, but we also risk hurting the trust that others have placed in us. Whether it's a work deadline, a promise to a friend, or a commitment to a family member, putting things off can lead to broken promises and the regret of not being dependable or reliable when it mattered most. We often regret not taking action because we fail to recognize the long-term consequences of procrastination. In the short term, it might seem harmless. A small task put off today doesn't feel like a big deal. However, over time, these small delays accumulate, and the impact becomes more significant. As the days, weeks, and months pass, the uncompleted tasks pile up, and we realize how much we've let slip away. The regret of not addressing things earlier becomes overwhelming as the weight of unfinished work grows. Additionally, regret can prevent us from learning from our mistakes. If we continually put off tasks and face the same consequences, it can lead to feelings of helplessness. Rather than learning the valuable lesson of time management and responsibility, we might find ourselves stuck in the same cycle of procrastination, constantly looking back on what we could have done differently. This lack of progress leads to more regret, creating a vicious cycle that prevents us from growing and improving. Ultimately, avoiding regret is about making conscious choices in the present moment. If we are aware of the long-term effects of procrastination, we are more likely to make decisions that serve our future selves. It's about recognizing the value of time, the importance of fulfilling commitments, and understanding that the actions we take today shape our tomorrow. When we embrace the opportunity to act now, we eliminate the regret that would otherwise come from wasted time, missed chances, and unfinished work. Building good habits is one of the most powerful ways to set ourselves up for success. The small actions we take every day add up over time, and those consistent actions form the foundation for lasting success. Developing a habit of taking immediate action and not delaying tasks creates a cycle of productivity, self-discipline, and confidence. When we make good habits part of our daily routine, they start to run automatically, requiring less mental energy and making us more efficient and effective. When we build good habits, we stop relying on fleeting motivation to get things done. Motivation can come and go, and often it's not enough to carry us through difficult or mundane tasks. However, habits are ingrained into our routines and don't require the same burst of energy that motivation does. A habit is something we do without thinking, and the more we make these actions automatic, the less resistance we experience in getting started. This makes it easier to complete tasks on time without hesitation. A strong habit of avoiding procrastination helps to eliminate the cycle of stress and anxiety that often follows delays. When we continuously put things off, we end up with a backlog of work and a constant feeling of being behind. By developing the habit of tackling tasks promptly, we reduce the buildup of pressure. We stay on top of our responsibilities, which not only reduces stress, but also makes us feel more in control of our time and our lives. Good habits also improve our time management skills. Time management isn't just about scheduling tasks. It's about prioritizing them and ensuring they are done efficiently. When we cultivate habits like setting clear goals, breaking down tasks into smaller steps, and taking immediate action, we maximize our productivity. We begin to allocate our time wisely, ensuring we spend it on tasks that matter and helping us avoid unnecessary distractions or delays. The beauty of habits is that they compound over time. Small, consistent actions can lead to massive results. For instance, if we make a habit of starting each day by tackling the most important task on our to-do list, we will have a sense of accomplishment early in the day. This sense of achievement creates momentum that carries us forward, making it easier to tackle subsequent tasks. The more we stick to our positive habits, the greater our progress becomes and the closer we get to our long-term goals. Good habits also contribute to our personal development. Every time we take action, instead of procrastinating, we build self-discipline, a skill that is essential not only for work, but for every aspect of our lives. Discipline is a key factor in self-improvement, as it enables us to consistently follow through on our commitments. By forming habits of productivity, responsibility, and focus, we develop the character traits that contribute to overall growth and success in both our personal and professional lives. Moreover, habits have the power to improve our mental and emotional well-being. The more we follow a routine that prioritizes our responsibilities, the more we feel in control. This sense of control helps reduce feelings of overwhelm and anxiety as we can see tangible progress in our lives. The positive emotions associated with completing tasks on time and avoiding procrastination, such as pride, satisfaction, and confidence, reinforce the habit loop, making it easier to maintain our new habits in the future. Finally, building good habits gives us a sense of purpose and direction. When we regularly take action toward our goals and avoid putting things off, we are actively working toward the life we envision for ourselves. These habits align with our values and desires, making our daily activities meaningful and fulfilling. Whether it's advancing in our career, improving our health, or nurturing our relationships, the habits we build today shape the future we create tomorrow. A life built on strong habits is a life of intention, progress, and success. Being proactive means taking control of our circumstances rather than simply reacting to them. It's about anticipating challenges, preparing for them in advance, and addressing tasks before they become problems. When we take a proactive approach, we manage our time, energy, and resources efficiently, reducing the stress and chaos that often come with a reactive mindset. Instead of waiting for things to pile up or hoping for a perfect moment, we focus on what needs to be done now and make the most of our time. One of the primary benefits of being proactive is that it helps us stay ahead of deadlines. When we leave things for the last minute, we're forced to react under pressure. This not only increases our stress, but also compromises the quality of our work. By taking action early and breaking tasks into manageable steps, we can prevent the overwhelming last-minute rush that often leads to mistakes and missed opportunities. Proactive people anticipate deadlines and plan their time accordingly, ensuring they have enough room to handle any unexpected challenges. Being proactive also means taking responsibility for our actions and decisions. It's easy to blame external factors for things going wrong, but a proactive person understands that they have the power to shape their outcomes. Whether it's managing a project at work or dealing with personal responsibilities, a proactive approach means looking for solutions, making decisions, and taking ownership of the results. This mindset empowers us to control our destiny rather than letting circumstances dictate how we respond. Proactivity also allows us to identify potential obstacles before they arise. Instead of waiting until we face a problem, we can take preventive measures to avoid it altogether. This forward-thinking approach helps us be more strategic with our time and resources. By planning ahead and being prepared, we can navigate difficulties with ease, adjusting as necessary without feeling overwhelmed. Proactive individuals are better equipped to handle the unknown because they've already considered different scenarios and made plans to mitigate risks. Another benefit of being proactive is that it gives us more control over our day-to-day lives. When we react to things as they happen, we let outside events dictate how we spend our time. This can lead to a disorganized, chaotic schedule that leaves us constantly feeling behind. In contrast, proactive people prioritize their tasks, set goals, and stick to their plans, ensuring that they stay focused and productive. By making decisions and taking action on their own terms, they create a sense of order and purpose in their lives. Proactivity also promotes a mindset of continuous improvement. When we're proactive, we seek out ways to improve our processes, skills, and outcomes. We don't wait for problems to arise before we make adjustments. We regularly assess our approach and look for ways to optimize our performance. This mindset of constant growth and development keeps us engaged in our work and encourages us to keep moving forward, learning from our mistakes and building on our successes. By being proactive, we also demonstrate leadership qualities. Leaders take initiative and set the tone for those around them. Whether in the workplace or in personal relationships, proactive individuals inspire confidence and trust. People respect those who take responsibility, plan ahead, and lead by example. When we embrace a proactive mindset, we set ourselves up to be effective leaders in whatever role we take on, whether formally or informally. Our actions speak louder than our words, showing others that we are capable, reliable, and ready to take charge. Finally, being proactive allows us to make better use of our time and energy. Reactive behavior often leads to wasted time as we scramble to fix things in crisis mode. By acting in advance, we can approach our tasks with a clear mind, reducing stress and ensuring that we focus on what really matters. Proactive people recognize the value of time and invest it wisely, choosing to take action now rather than waiting for a future that may be less predictable. This results in greater efficiency and effectiveness in both personal and professional life. When we leave tasks for tomorrow, we often compound our stress and anxiety. The more we delay, the larger the mountain of tasks becomes, and the more overwhelming it feels to start. This procrastination triggers a cycle where stress builds over time, creating an emotional burden that weighs heavily on our minds. Each unfinished task becomes a looming reminder of our inaction, filling us with dread and unease. If we choose to handle our responsibilities today instead of postponing them, we can break this cycle and manage our mental health more effectively. The process of delaying tasks only contributes to the buildup of pressure. As deadlines approach and more tasks pile up, we feel a constant sense of urgency, which increases our anxiety. When we procrastinate, we often end up completing work under duress, rushing to finish something that could have been done more carefully if we had taken action earlier. This last-minute rush is stressful and leaves little room for mistakes or careful consideration, further adding to our anxiety. By tackling tasks promptly, we relieve ourselves of the impending pressure and prevent unnecessary stress from accumulating. Moreover, procrastination triggers a sense of guilt. We know that we're not living up to our full potential, and that constant internal conflict creates mental tension. The longer we delay, the more we feel like we're failing ourselves. This guilt can prevent us from focusing on other important aspects of our lives as our unfinished tasks linger in the background, constantly pulling our attention away. By addressing things immediately, we reduce the feeling of guilt that comes with procrastination, enabling us to shift our focus to more positive and productive activities. When we proactively manage our tasks and avoid procrastination, we also gain a sense of control. One of the primary sources of stress is feeling like we have no control over our lives or circumstances. The more we allow tasks to pile up, the more we feel at the mercy of time and deadlines. On the other hand, when we take responsibility for our work and complete tasks on time, we feel empowered. This sense of control boosts our self-confidence and reduces the fear of being overwhelmed, making it easier to stay calm and focused. Another way that procrastination fuels stress is through a fear of failure. When we delay tasks, we worry about not completing them well or not completing them at all. This fear can keep us from starting altogether as the pressure mounts and we become paralyzed by the idea of failing. However, when we start early and work steadily, we minimize the fear of failure. Taking consistent action reduces the chances of mistakes and allows us to make adjustments as needed, giving us a sense of assurance that we are on the right path. Procrastination also affects our physical well-being. Stress and anxiety take a toll on our bodies, leading to headaches, muscle tension, sleep disturbances, and other physical symptoms. The longer we procrastinate, the more stress we accumulate, which impacts our overall health. By tackling tasks as they come, we prevent unnecessary physical strain and create space for relaxation and self-care. Managing stress in a proactive way by not putting things off ensures we maintain our mental and physical health. Furthermore, procrastination creates an emotional roller coaster. We experience the initial relief of putting off tasks, followed by the growing dread as deadlines approach. This constant emotional shift leaves us feeling unsettled and anxious. By taking care of tasks right away, we stabilize our emotional state, avoiding the extreme highs and lows of procrastination. We develop emotional resilience by learning to face our responsibilities head-on and managing them in a calm, measured way. Finally, reducing stress through immediate action leads to increased well-being overall. When we free ourselves from the burden of unfinished tasks, we create space for joy, relaxation, and peace of mind. Instead of carrying around the weight of uncompleted work, we can enjoy the sense of accomplishment that comes from knowing we've done what needs to be done. This relief from stress not only improves our mental state, but also enriches our personal lives, making it easier to engage fully with our loved ones and enjoy moments of leisure without the nagging thought of tasks left undone. Productivity is all about making the most of our time and energy. When we focus on completing tasks today rather than leaving them for tomorrow, we create a more efficient and effective workday. Delaying tasks only leads to wasted time, as we may spend hours worrying about what needs to be done rather than actually doing it. By acting immediately, we cut down on the time spent procrastinating, allowing us to allocate more time to other important tasks and increase our overall productivity. One of the key ways that avoiding procrastination boosts productivity is by reducing mental clutter. When we delay tasks, they linger in the back of our minds, taking up mental space and distracting us from other things. This clutter can prevent us from focusing on the task at hand, diminishing our ability to perform efficiently. However, when we take action immediately, we clear this mental space and free ourselves from distractions. With fewer tasks hanging over our heads, we can concentrate better and work more productively. Another way that immediate action increases productivity is by creating a sense of momentum. When we complete a task, even a small one, it generates a feeling of accomplishment. This sense of progress drives us forward, encouraging us to tackle the next task. The more tasks we check off our list, the more motivated we become to keep going. By avoiding procrastination and starting tasks right away, we build this momentum, allowing us to stay on track and maintain a high level of productivity throughout the day. Additionally, taking immediate action helps us manage our time better. When we postpone tasks, we often underestimate how much time they'll take, leading to rushed last-minute efforts. This not only reduces the quality of our work, but also increases the time pressure we feel. By starting early, we allow ourselves to allocate sufficient time for each task, ensuring we can work at a steady pace and avoid the stress of a looming deadline. This more measured approach helps us get more done without feeling rushed or overwhelmed. Productivity also increases when we break tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. When we put off work, we often look at the bigger picture and feel overwhelmed by the sheer scope of what needs to be done. By acting right away, we can break tasks down into smaller pieces and tackle them one by one, making the process more manageable. This step-by-step approach reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed and allows us to make consistent progress toward our goals, increasing productivity and making it easier to stay on track. When we stop procrastinating, we also improve the quality of our work. Often when we wait until the last minute, we rush through tasks, cutting corners and failing to give them the attention they deserve. By taking action immediately, we have the time to focus on the details, refine our work, and ensure that we're putting out the best possible product. High-quality work is often a byproduct of early and consistent effort. By avoiding procrastination, we increase not only the quantity of our work, but also the quality, which in turn enhances our productivity. Increased productivity also means that we have more free time to focus on other important areas of our lives. When we complete tasks efficiently and on time, we create more space in our schedules for relaxation, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones. The less time we spend procrastinating or rushing to meet deadlines, the more time we can enjoy outside of work or responsibilities. This balance is essential for maintaining a healthy work-life dynamic and sustaining long-term productivity. Lastly, avoiding procrastination can help us maintain a steady rhythm throughout our day. When we leave tasks for tomorrow, we disrupt our workflow, causing interruptions in our productivity. Each time we delay a task, it becomes harder to regain our focus and get back into the groove. By staying consistent and tackling tasks as they come, we keep our momentum going and avoid the productivity dips that often follow procrastination. A consistent rhythm allows us to stay more focused and productive over time, leading to greater overall success. Procrastination hinders our personal growth by limiting the opportunities we have to challenge ourselves, develop new skills, and achieve our potential. Every task we delay is an opportunity for self-improvement that we let slip away. Personal growth is about taking on new challenges, stepping outside of our comfort zones, and constantly striving to become better versions of ourselves. When we put off our responsibilities, we miss out on chances to grow, whether it's learning new things, refining our abilities, or building the confidence to take on even bigger challenges. Taking immediate action fosters a mindset of discipline and accountability. The more we practice doing things without delay, the more we develop these crucial traits that are necessary for personal development. Procrastination, on the other hand, often arises from a lack of discipline and the tendency to avoid discomfort. By addressing tasks right away, we practice the self-control needed to stay on track with our goals and keep moving forward. This ability to take responsibility and complete tasks on time is a key part of developing character and maturity. Procrastination can also prevent us from reaching our full potential. We all have aspirations, whether personal or professional, and achieving them requires consistent effort. When we procrastinate, we waste time and energy pushing our dreams further away. Each moment of delay chips away at the progress we could have made, leaving us with the frustration of unfulfilled potential. By choosing to take action now, we take a step toward our goals, allowing us to keep making progress and inch closer to the person we aspire to become. In addition, the act of completing tasks builds confidence. Every time we finish something, especially when it's a task we've been avoiding, we reinforce the belief that we are capable. This confidence is essential for personal growth because it empowers us to take on more complex challenges. Procrastination, on the other hand, creates a cycle of self-doubt. The longer we delay, the more we question our ability to succeed, which makes it harder to take the first step. By overcoming procrastination, we not only grow in skill, but also in self-assurance, giving us the courage to face future challenges. Procrastination also prevents us from developing effective problem-solving skills. Often, when we delay a task, it becomes more complicated as time passes. Problems that could have been addressed early on grow into bigger, more complex issues. This forces us to scramble to find solutions under pressure, which doesn't provide the opportunity to think critically and reflectively. However, by addressing tasks when they arise, we give ourselves the space to think through problems, learn from mistakes, and develop more effective solutions. This enhances our personal growth by owning our problem-solving abilities and improving our approach to challenges. Another important aspect of personal growth that procrastination impedes is time management. Effective time management is a skill that can be developed with practice, and procrastination stands in the way of that. When we delay tasks, we lose the ability to manage our time efficiently, and we constantly feel behind. But when we take action promptly, we learn to organize our days and set priorities. Over time, this ability to manage our time effectively becomes ingrained, helping us become more productive and balanced in all areas of life. Furthermore, by overcoming procrastination, we cultivate a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. Procrastination contradicts this mindset because it often stems from the belief that we're not capable of handling a task or that we'll do it when we feel ready. On the other hand, taking action builds resilience and shows us that we are more than capable of handling challenges. Every step we take toward completing tasks, even when we feel uncertain, proves that growth comes through effort, persistence, and a willingness to push past our limitations. Finally, overcoming procrastination helps us develop a sense of fulfillment. Personal growth is closely tied to the sense of achievement we feel when we pursue our goals with determination. When we procrastinate, we may feel a sense of emptiness or dissatisfaction because we know we're not making the most of our time or talents. By taking immediate action, we eliminate that lingering sense of regret and create opportunities for personal fulfillment. Every task we complete adds to our sense of accomplishment and propels us forward on the journey of self-improvement. The more we embrace the habit of acting now, the more we experience the deep satisfaction that comes with personal growth and development. When we consistently follow through on our commitments and complete tasks without delay, we enhance our reputation and build credibility. Trust is a fundamental part of any relationship, whether personal or professional, and it is earned through reliability and consistency. When we choose to do the work today rather than procrastinate, we show others that we can be trusted to get things done on time and with quality. Over time, this reputation for reliability solidifies, and people start to depend on us to fulfill our responsibilities without hesitation or excuses. In a professional context, completing tasks on time is one of the most important factors in building credibility. If we consistently meet deadlines, others come to see us as competent and dependable. Delaying tasks or failing to deliver on promises, however, damages our professional reputation. Colleagues and supervisors may begin to question our ability to follow through, and this can lead to missed opportunities and a lack of trust. By proactively taking care of our responsibilities, we show that we are capable of handling important tasks and contributing meaningfully to projects, which increases our standing in the workplace. Personal credibility is also closely tied to our ability to manage commitments. In our relationships with friends, family, and acquaintances, being someone who keeps their word strengthens our connections and fosters respect. When we commit to something and follow through, we show that we are reliable and considerate of others' time and needs. If we constantly put things off, it sends a message that we don't prioritize or value others, which can erode trust and damage relationships. By choosing to handle our tasks in a timely manner, we maintain and nurture the respect of those around us, improving our personal reputation. In addition to strengthening relationships, being known as someone who takes action and doesn't procrastinate attracts new opportunities. People naturally want to work with or collaborate with individuals they can rely on. When we demonstrate our ability to take responsibility and act promptly, we increase our chances of being offered new projects, assignments, or partnerships. Whether in the workplace or within our personal network, our reputation as someone who takes action opens doors and positions us as a go-to person for important tasks. Our reputation also influences how others perceive our character. A person who consistently avoids procrastination is often seen as disciplined, responsible, and trustworthy. These positive qualities reflect well on us and make us a valued individual in both professional and personal circles. On the other hand, procrastinators are often viewed as disorganized, unreliable, and perhaps even irresponsible, which can lead to fewer opportunities and a diminished reputation. By consistently acting without delay, we shape how others see us and reinforce the image of someone who can be counted on. When we choose to act without procrastinating, we also become role models for those around us. In the workplace, this can mean inspiring co-workers to adopt a similar mindset, creating a more productive and reliable environment. In personal relationships, we set an example for our family and friends, encouraging them to take action and be accountable for their responsibilities as well. The more we show that we can be trusted to follow through, the more we influence others to do the same, leading to a culture of dependability and mutual respect. Moreover, the trust we build through our actions not only benefits us in the moment, but also has long-term advantages. When we establish a track record of being reliable, people will remember that and turn to us when they need someone dependable. This reputation can lead to promotions, career advancements, and new opportunities for collaboration. It also provides a sense of personal fulfillment, as we can see the positive effects of our reliability and integrity. By acting now instead of procrastinating, we invest in our long-term reputation, knowing that the trust we build will continue to pay dividends over time. Finally, improving our reputation through timely action increases our self-esteem. Knowing that we are reliable and can be counted on to get things done fosters a positive sense of self-worth. When we meet our commitments and avoid procrastination, we build confidence in our abilities and reinforce the belief that we can handle challenges effectively. This improved self-esteem, in turn, motivates us to continue taking proactive action in the future, creating a cycle of success and self-assurance that enhances our personal and professional reputation. In conclusion, the habit of not leaving work for tomorrow holds far-reaching benefits for both our personal and professional lives. By acting promptly, we reduce stress, increase productivity, and build a reputation based on reliability and trustworthiness. Our personal growth flourishes as we overcome procrastination.